You think that we're talking about Kizz Daniel, is supposed to be up there with the greats like David, them Wizkid, and the Bunners. We pay you money for show, $50,000, and you know fulfill your own. But again, you say you know show up. Yo guys, welcome to yet another exciting time. We're here at gustotvafrica, and of course, it is Gusto's reaction. Of course, not too much now. They make us come here, and this conversation is strictly for you guys.
Definitely,
guys. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your comments.
Turn on your post notifications, guys. Please.
Don't miss out on anything. Don't miss out on anything. You guys are the realest MVPs, and we are really grateful for the gift of you.
Much
Gracias, muchos. Much love. Anyway, today's conversation is about Vado.
Vado, the great one.
My guy Vado. And this time around, he's been caught. But before we delve into that, I really want to say I love this guy so much. A lot of people argue that Vado has some monotonous sound. Like you might always just know that, oh, it's Vado's record, is this, that.
Yeah.
But he's not even responding to anybody. Baba just record the music. Carrying wife, join body, they do their promo. You know, think consigner. You know.
At all.
But then what do you make of Vado as an artist? Do you think that Vado, we're talking about Kizz Daniel, is supposed to be up there with the greats like David, them Wizkid, and the Bunners?
I mean, we won't say he isn't. You get, because beautiful artists, wonderful songs from the time of Woju, baby
Woju.
So this guy drops music that everybody loves. Even the parents love it. He drops music that everybody
Very valid
loves.
point, because I feel like every time he gets into the studio, he's like, okay, I want to do a record for everyone. Young, middle-aged,
everybody,
adults.
Everybody. He has everybody in mind.
That is in fact true. And that's why I asked the question. I feel like when we have conversations about great Afrobeat artists, we actually should be having, Kizz Daniel into all this conversation. He should be a part of it. Because his consistency, actually, you can actually have a thing or two to say. No, it might not really be because, Kizz Daniel can come and tell you that an album is going to drop and he will postpone it 70 times.
Yeah, true.
So there's been a little, confusion around his integrity, quote and unquote. And that's what's bringing us to this conversation about an alleged, we pay you money for show, $50,000.
That's a lot.
And fulfill your own. But again, you say show up.
You can't pattern with that, so $50,000.
$50,000. Allegedly. This is not the first time that Kizz Daniel has been called out. He's been called out many times. In fact, the last one would be the case in Tanzania, I think.
2022.
Then pick him up or something.
They say they pick him, they pay him, shoe. He say he forget his luggage.
What's wrong with Kizz Daniel?
He's always been on this P of getting paid or agreeing to be somewhere.
This is not the first time.
It's not the first
happening
time.
Happening
a lot.
So do you think that is down to, because I would think that that's down to like lack of proper management? Because when I asked the question about why is he not getting into the conversations of like the big threes, I think to me he doesn't really have a strong team around him, because if he does have a strong team, some of the nonsenses should not be happening. There should be like levels of checks, right? Because it's not the first time he's been called out. He's been called out again, and in 2025 there is a lawsuit. Even the guys are saying they want to freeze all his accounts.
Can you imagine?
So that they can have a proper investigation into this P. But I want to think maybe it's because of all these inconsistencies. That's why he might not be as big as them big threes and them big fours, the big fives, I beg your pardon.
You mentioning the management is quite a good place to put the blame, if I would say, because I feel like they're not pushing him well enough. They're not confirm him that he's in that conversation, the big three conversation, or the big fours, or the big whatevers, making sure he's there. He's just doing music, lovely music, by the way, doing these things, and it's like there's no structure.
I don't see intentionality around his music. I don't see intentionality with the music. The music itself is solid, but what he does with the music is what I don't see, because there are different stages of, you know, how an artist should be branded.
He did drop an album this year, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Kizz Daniel.
Yes, he did.
It wasn't pushed enough.
Not an album, actually, an EP.
An EP.
Yes, an EP. The Lemon Chase EP.
Okay.
And I feel like that project is a beautiful project, but the push.
A lot of people didn't hear. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know about that. I'm pretty sure I don't.
So that is something that needs to be worked on. But of course, all of these things have been way too much about his integrity. But then again, there's a new development, there's a new twist, because his management have come out to say these guys are bobo capping. In fact, what happened, according to them, is they agreed to the show. The show promoters canceled the show by themselves after using his image and everything to gain almost same thing that happened with your guy.
Boy.
Right. So they are alleging now that they canceled the show, and it wasn't that Kizz Daniel did not want to show up. And then the 50K, they're not denying the fact that the 50K was not paid. The 50K was paid. But according to them, there is no refund for an advance. If you give me an advance, money don't die for us, I'll be that. Anything will happen, it don't happen. So I feel that that's what the show promoters or the organizer is trying to get. Say, okay, we did not have a show. How do I get my refund? 50K is not small money.
It's small picking money.
You get. But I want to ask you, if in fact this is true, and this is exactly what the situation is, they canceled the show, $50,000 have been paid.
Okay.
Do you think Kizz Daniel should actually even refund?
If we're being honest, I mean, nobody like say I know go come perform. I didn't say I wasn't gonna come. If the show held, I would have been there. You've paid my advance. I don't chop the advance. I mean, you can send this. So if you set another date, I will come. And if I say I don't want to come, safe, because the day that you told me that this day we're having a show, you canceled the show. I mean, come on.
So what should show promoters do to protect themselves?
That's a good.
Because if I'm a show promoter, I need to find ways to be able to get my money. I should be able to find. So maybe the contractual agreement has to change.
Definitely has to change.
Okay, just in case of any cancellation, maybe a refundable deposit of 25% of the advance. Because we've had to hear a lot of these conversations too much, and especially surrounding Kizz Daniel and how first off he shows up late, he's always showing up late. It's either they're booking him for a show and he's not coming for the show. There's just been one thing and one thing and one thing. I feel like all these things are hampering his progress to actually rise to the top or where he needs to actually be. We need to be seeing Kizz Daniel in conversations of the big threes, the greats, the GOATs of Afrobeats.
Not this kind of.
We shouldn't be hearing, they call you for show, go 50K, you don't chop her.
Chat.
But I mean, at the end of the day, business is business anyways, because I feel like, for me, the biggest bone of contention is how do we then protect ourselves, especially I'm speaking for the show promoters and the organizers. And we've talked about it. And my solution would be make sure to have contractual agreement clauses in your advance payment. If I invite Manuel for a show and I'm saying, Manuel, listen, if anything's up, if you come the show, or now from my end, self, you go refund me X and X.
True.
Because business is business.
Then go see Burna Boy refund their own. If I don't talk another thing again.
Anyways, I really don't know what's going on with Kizz Daniel. I really don't know, but I feel like right now he's not really like getting it clear career-wise, and I feel like he's just making music for fun. But if he's not making music for fun, you're still signed to Empire, because he's still signed to Empire, Gazi's Empire. Make the most of it. Make the most of it. Because right now, it seems like this 50K it has entered inside court now. Everything they don't go court.
They
They've
go
gone legal.
skyrocket the money now.
They've gone legal because Kizz Daniel's team has come out to say, let's say, not the mentor, and just wrote a bunch of stuff to say, this is just calculated, it's BS and all of that. But guys, I don't know what you think. I feel like Kizz Daniel should be at least having talked about this. Kizz Daniel should be at least one of the greats of Afrobeat, and Manon and I have echoed that sentiment as well. But something seems to be off with him. I don't know what that is. Tell us in the comment section if you think Kizz Daniel needs some type of rebranding around him. Try to show up to events early. I mean, just really go for the events when he needs to go for the event.
Just go.
No, they cancel on people.
Collect money
and nah, that's not a good look. But tell us what you think in the comment section. And of course, we'll be right there to respond to everything that you have to say. Is Kizz Daniel as good as them Wizkid, Burna, and Davido? Let us know what your thoughts are. And of course, we go reply to everything. Until later, from Manuel and I, bye for now.